Bonjour, c'est Mademoiselle Stuart, and I'm here with another video to help you guys out with your French pronunciation. Today's video is going to be going back to basics, focusing on the alphabet. So we're going to run through the whole thing, and then we're going to focus specifically on certain elements of it that can help you out with your pronunciation and help you out with spelling and figuring out the relationship between those two aspects of language. So I've got color-coded stuff up here for you, just to give you a heads up of what these colors mean. I've got your vowels in blue. Letters that are pronounced the same between English and French are in green, and normal otherness is in purple. So here we have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S, T, U, V, W, X, Y, Z. So, basic run through. First off, if you already speak English, I have a distracting person in the background, he's being a jerk. If you already speak English, then there are certain letters that you already know how to say perfectly in French. So, F, L, M, N, O, S. You say those exactly the same as you do in English. They look the same, you call them the same thing. Facile, easy. Next. Vowels, les voyelles. These are a big key to understanding pronunciation of the language. So, just going to run through what these are once again, why I'm counting as a semi-vowel here, and I'll explain a little bit more about that in a moment. So we have A, E, I, O, U, Y. Usually these vowels will say their own names within whatever word they're pronounced in. Y is the weirdo semi-vowel, so if it's used as a vowel within the syllable, then it makes an E sound, the same as E, so it's Y, Greek I. And then if it's used as a consonant, then it makes a Y sound instead. So, the letter A will always make the A sound if it's by itself. Is a problem child of a vowel. It makes all kinds of different sounds depending on how it's presented. So the letter can make I, and E sounds. Different. You jerk. He's being a jerk. So different combinations of vowels and different accents over the letter can make differences. So the accent going up and away makes the E sound. If you have an accent going down, then it makes the E sound. And then sometimes you just have this little party hat called the circonflexe, and that'll usually just make an E sound, as in the word crêpe, those thin pancakes. The letter I makes the sound I always, sometimes has the circonflexe. Letter O, that will make either O or A. If it has the circonflexe over it, then it has to be pronounced O, regardless of its position within a word or anything like that. The letter U, by itself, will usually make an U sound. O, U together makes an U sound. And then sometimes you'll find either an accent going downwards or a circonflexe over the U. You never use accents on Y. So just to run through our accents again, we have the accent aigu. An acute accent is the one going up and away, making the A sound when it's over the letter E. So this one only appears with the letter E. Next one, the one going down, is l'accent grave. So this changes the pronunciation of the letter E to make an E sound, and then if it appears over a different vowel, then it won't change the pronunciation of it. The accent circonflexe is a little bit difficult in the French language right now because they recently made changes to the language. If you ever use French English dictionaries, I highly recommend Larousse. This is the big sucker, the really big version of it. But the most up-to-date versions have an explanation in there of the changes that they've made to the French language. So French spelling reform, and it explains what's going on with all this. But just to summarize, is that the accent circonflexe used to be largely related to the etymology of the word, where a word comes from. But nowadays, they've taken it away from most words unless it actually affects the pronunciation of the word. Or the meaning. That too. This little double dot thingy that you find over certain vowels, it wasn't on the previous page, but it can be used over probably any vowel except for Y. It's called the tréma, and that just means that you pronounce two vowels separately as opposed to combining them into one sound. So the French word for Christmas, Noël, usually you don't have two vowel sounds in a row in French. But because there's a tréma over the E in Noël, then you pronounce the O and the E separately. And then the last accent is cédille. This is the only one that does not appear with vowels. It only appears with the consonant C, and it makes the S sound from the letter C instead of K. S. What are you doing? Wrong language. Okay. Next, I want to focus on the difference between accents and apostrophes. Apostrophes are the thing that go between letters. In French, apostrophes are used to avoid having two vowel sounds in a row. So, like in the phrase je m'appelle, I call myself, it's combining the words me and appelle, because you don't want to say me appelle, the that's a gross double vowel sound. They don't like it. They get rid of the from me, replace it with an apostrophe, and connect the words me and appelle. C'est la vie, that's life. It's combining the word se plus a. So instead of se, you just have se. Qu'est-ce que c'est? Here you have two apostrophes combining que and e. So what is, and then ce and e, it is. So qu'est-ce que c'est instead of que est-ce que c'est. Too many sounds. Gross. Then j'aime le chocolat, je plus m. So instead of je aime, you just have j'aime. So it helps connect the flow of the French language. Many people find that French is very beautiful in how it flows. And the reason why that happens is because you're alternating between vowel and consonant sounds so smoothly that you don't have multiple consonant sounds in a row most of the time. You typically don't have multiple vowel sounds in a row. And then, common mistakes to avoid if it's in red on this page. Don't do it. So here are the things. There is no there's no horizontal or vertical accent in French, so don't just write a horizontal line over écoutez like that. That is nothing in French. So if you're not certain whether it's supposed to go up or down over an e, then think, okay, is it making an a sound up and away? Like écoutez, that one should be going up instead. Règle, rule or ruler, that one should be going down because it's making the a sound instead of e. Accents should also always be directly above the vowel that they're modifying, otherwise it turns into an apostrophe. So the word très, French for very, you shouldn't have that in between the letters because then it says that you're trying to combine two words here. That's not a thing that you're doing. Instead, you're trying to modify the right there to make it not say tre, make it say très instead. So you need to have the accent going downwards directly above the letter instead of between two letters. And then the last thing, I see a lot of people misuse apostrophes in French because you often see j'aime and j'ai. So j'ai apostrophe leading into a verb that begins with a vowel sound. Many students I've seen writing J apostrophe going to every single word that follows it, regardless of whether it begins with a vowel or consonant. But as a reminder, apostrophes exist in French to avoid double vowel sounds. So if the next word begins with a consonant, then you shouldn't be getting rid of the vowel here. So it should be je mange instead of je mange. Je is gross. Just like the double vowel sounds, they don't want to have double consonant sounds either. So just be careful about these things. Make sure that you are using your apostrophes properly to connect a consonant sound with a vowel sound instead of having two vowel sounds in a row. Make sure that your accents go directly above the vowels that they modify, like in these examples here. And then just practice your alphabet. Oftentimes spelling words out repeatedly is one of the best forms of review for that. So good luck, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comment section below. Au revoir!